Part 2 of the Warwick Farm preview for the 5th of April, and the first leg of the Quaddie Race 5 is a fillies and mares race over 1400 metres. $4.80 is Shandana, we've lost Hysterical, $8 Gretna, $8 La Chia, $8.50 Brigadier Rise. They're the main contenders in the market. Now, Countess Marinov is now left, coming back from a mile to be on the speed. My psychiatrist got to staying distances last preparation, but it resumes here and shouldn't be too far away. Gretna, who's been very enigmatic and disappointing this preparation, can be expected to be handy. Brigadier Rise is second up, stepping up from 1100, so not too far away there. Cottage has been back to the trials, and another horse that can be expected to be on the speed. So just an even tempo in this race. Obviously, La Chia is a bit of a knob at 1400 Warwick Farm wet. She's had a break, but she's trialled quite well. Cottage went terribly here first up, but trialled to bring her up to something that may be competitive here. Shandana is another one that's trialled since her last start. She's back from a mile after being well held by supply and demand, but the trial was very, very good. And I don't quibble with her being favourite at this stage. And look, the horse that caught my eye in this race is Brigadier Rise, who, despite stepping up from 11 to 14 second up, has the Snowden polish, a good trial before resuming, and more importantly, she was in the slow lane, really doing her best, showing that she'd returned well, showing that she likes Warwick Farm as her form appears to show. And Brigadier Rise is the horse that catches my eye in race 5. Race 6, we're up to the mile this time, or back up to the mile here this time. And there's a couple of whales in the bay here. I speak of Exoteric and his Kalachi, and Chris Waller has elected not to trial either of these horses. So they're not only are they queries, but they're queries without any type of recent trial to guide you. $4.80, their stablemates is Nothing Box, who now has H. Bowman on board, fourth up from a spell here on a quick backup. $5.50, another Waller runner, Octavian Augustus. $7 Multitude, $7 Hunter Jack. They're your main contenders. Speed comes from Classic Records, who has his first start in town. Nothing Box will obviously be hard speed. Hammond Lane steps back up to the mile after running in 2 of the shorter provincial championship qualifying races, and he'll be right up there. Hunter Jack not far away from his inside draw. Octavian Augustus will settle in a handy to midfield position, and Life of Brian is another, albeit stayer, but will be sort of poking up there just off the speed. Nothing Box, well, he carried Lee Megorian the other day, so I mean, everyone knows not to want to back those horses when when that apprentice is engaged, and the quick backup Bowman on board. But he did actually appear to have every chance the other day. Nevertheless, it appears that he's screwed down tomorrow. Octavian Augustus, likewise, he's third up. He gets Keren. He's had the kill at the Beaumont track 11 days ago and gets the winkers on. Aside from that, the Cavalier and Hammond Lane look to be some prospect, and obviously, as I mentioned, the two shippers, the two overseas imports, look like they could be potent in this race. I speak of Exoteric and his Kalachi. The penultimate is back to the 1200. It's a benchmark 67, and I was going to say it's the 3-year-olds. Maybe it is the 3-year-olds. No, it's not, but it's predominantly, it's dominated by 3-year-olds. $2.80, the resumer in Times of War. And just before I start, sorry, it's apprentices only. So I know that Gord looked at In Times of War, got quite keen and wondered about the apprentice, but it is apprentices only in this race. $2.80 in Times of War. $3.60 is Medlin. And the next pick in the betting is $7.50, stablemate of the favourite, Pound Sterling, recently gelded. Express Point gets right up on the speed despite coming back from 1300. In Times of War is certainly right there. Medlin led and controlled on debut at 1100 and will be seeking that position again. And Thorn in My Side, who is also recently gelded, is a local that has some toe. Pound Sterling doesn't have to be far away at all, in fact could contest. And Sweet Surprise is a country cuddy, but does have some pace. Look, number one was impressive enough against moderate opposition and a very, very easy favourite on debut. I think there's a fair bit here, and Medlin a good contender, but short priced at $3.60. Whereas the favourite in Times of War is coming off two very good trials. She's coming off a preparation where she acquitted herself very well in 3 runs. Most importantly, she won on this track, beating a horse that won quite easily at Gosford last Friday when resuming, and looks a serious contender in Times of War. Pound Sterling, he ran in a very fast trial recently at home, and I can't get rid of him. I've mentioned Medlin, and of the others, perhaps thorn in my side, but I'm not enamoured of any of the others. So I think I consider it a 3-horse race: Medlin, Pound Sterling, and In Times of War, with a strong preference for In Times of War. And the nightcap, again over 1,200, and older horses engaged here. 3 horses in the betting. Number 8, Rolito, is resuming and favourite at $3.80. Number 3, Burrido, is $7, and the top one is $9.50. I speak of Mischievous Devil. Speed here from Hit the Mark, who's drawn very wide, the leader's gate, but Sweet Serendipity, drawn underneath him, should take it up. Burrido, from his wide gate, looks to posse right up. Kanachi would like to be there, but first up over 1,200, we'll have to perhaps settle for a handy position. Lazy Axel will certainly be on the speed as well, and there are your horses in the van. Now, Rolito was impressive at Canterbury last preparation before losing her way. A chance, certainly niggardly priced at this stage. Burrido, stepping up from 1,000, where he was second up the other day, a fortnight back on this course, up to 1,200. Now his 1,200 credentials are somewhat enigmatic. He did win his maiden over 1,200. I don't think he's had a great chance to shine. His best ever win was 1,100 here on this track under these conditions. And I think Burrido is a frontline chance in this race. I didn't consider Mischievous Devil, who's got bodgy provincial form. Kanachi is a knob at this track in these conditions. First up, but has several trials under his belt. Hit the Mark did it tough the other day and can feature. And Maram is a likely type, shall we say. They would be horses I'd consider in this race, and I'm preferring, or I have a strong preference for Burrido. So that's the card at Warwick Farm tomorrow. I mentioned that Gord was keen on, didn't mention it. He was also somewhat attracted by Lady Dane, and the other runner that was in his camp was In Times of War, who's in the penultimate there. I'd suggest In Times of War is a great chance. Her stablemate Egg Tart in race 3. Vanzetta is a horse that appeals strongly, and aside from that, it's an even program. So I hope that's been of some use to you. Obviously, it'd be better if we can get some other opinions, but other than mine. But that's the best. That's what we've got to work with for this midweek preview this week. Don't forget, my staking plan will be available tomorrow. I've got a comprehensive set, obviously selections in every race as well. Glenn will be back for a preview of Championships Day number 2 on Friday. And we've got on Saturday, we'll have all guns blazing, obviously Mounting Yard Mail, all the stuff that I do. John McLeod will be doing the MacBet rant from Toowoomba, and Dicko will be back in action at Caulfield, and you can get the Mounting Yard Mail combo, which is $55 for both Caulfield and Randwick if you so desire. Please like us because we need some love. Smash that thumb. And if you're not a YouTube subscriber, what you will get is you'll get these things delivered to you the instant they're online. So catch you on Friday.